Nathan, why don't you talk to us about this?
I just want to go deeper just for a second. And what does that mean? That when he saw the crowds, that he had compassion on them. Guys, I believe that we could spend the next 50 years asking Jesus, what does that mean? That you have compassion on those that you see that are in pain. First of all, I believe that he did not, when he looked out in this crowd, he saw more than just the people in front of him. I believe he saw the generations that would come over the next 2,000 years. That he embodied the heart of God for generations, hundreds of years worth of men and women who are being harassed by an enemy who really, really hates them. And I believe that him looking out and seeing and having compassion, it's so much more than, oh man, that's too bad. I think we get insight. What does that mean, Jesus, that you had compassion? I think we see in John chapter 11 when Jesus, he sees the ones that he loves and they're in pain. He sees Mary, his friend Mary at Lazarus' funeral. And it says in verse 33 that it says, Mary came before him and she was crying. It says when Jesus saw that he was crying and that the people were crying, they were in pain, it says the spirit within him groaned. The spirit within him was moved and he groaned. Oh! It brought him pain. And I believe that one of the reasons that he tells his disciples, guys, here's what I want you to do. There's a lot of people that are in pain, but I want you to pray before you go out and try to help them. You know why? It's because I need you to feel what I feel. If you guys just went right now, you guys wouldn't carry the heart of compassion that I have for them. I'm raising up. I believe Jesus wants to raise up men and women who feel the heart of compassion that Jesus carries. Not just that he carried back 2,000 years ago, but that he carries right now. Did you know that Jesus, he still looks out and he still sees the crowds? And did you know that his heart is still moved? And I even think of, there's a passage in Romans 8, 26 and 27. It says there's a Holy Spirit within us that intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. The same Spirit of God that Jesus had inside of him, he lives in us. And I believe he wants to groan within us. And I believe that the reason he says to pray earnestly to the Lord before you go out to this harvest, he's like, I will send you, don't you worry. But in that place of prayer, I'm going to give you my heart of compassion. I'm going to let you feel what I feel. And then I'm going to send you forth in power. And you're going to be able to have the eyes of Jesus when you minister to people. And so right now, that's what our next time in prayer is going to be. I had this revelation back a couple of years ago that I am not as compassionate as I think I am. I walk by people every single day who are hurting. But you begin to pray this. I've been praying this for the last 2.5 years. And the longer you spend in prayer asking, Lord, give me your heart, give me your eyes. Let me see what you see when you look at the crowds. He will begin to answer that. And it is intense. There will be times when you don't have words to pray, but you see the ones that you love that are hurting, and there's something that groans within you, just like it did with Jesus.